Hey Taurus, welcome to your weekly forecast for October 25 through the 31st. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now I am setting the intention for the 25th through the 31st, but you're going to find this video whenever you were meant to find it. So when you do, there will be messages here for you. These are general readings. Keep this in mind, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's see what's coming up for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week ahead. One more shuffle. Alrighty, let's get right on into it, my darlings. So the first card coming up for Taurus is the Wheel of Fortune. This is a major arcana card. When the major arcana cards come up, this is going to be a significant crossroads or turning point in our life. It's a significant moment. So when the major arcana cards come in, it's like you're coming into this new chapter. So this is an energy that's going to be around for a while, right? Even like I said, you're going to find this video whenever you were meant to find it, because this is an energy that's going to last longer than 7 days. And the Wheel of Fortune is about getting unstuck. It's about moving on, moving forward. The wheel of fate turning in your favor, right? Like these are all the traditional things that come to mind when we see the Wheel of Fortune. So I usually see this come up when somebody has felt stuck for a very long period of time, and now they're unstuck, right? Now the block is lifted and things can progress or things can move forward. For me in my readings, Wheel of Fortune sometimes comes up with a very special message or a specific message if we're looking at something like self-employment, okay? If I'm doing a self-employment reading, or somebody's wanting to do like independent contract work, or they're just kind of wanting to do something a little bit more freelance, when I see the Wheel of Fortune, it's basically saying that you're going to be able to do it. You're going to be able to pull it off. But what you need to get put into place here is to be in the flow of the cycles. There's going to be really busy times. There's going to be times that you have so much work coming in and you're just absolutely swamped and the money's coming in and it's going to just be very busy. Then there's going to be slow times. There's going to be times where it's just nothing happening, right? Tumbleweeds and crickets. And that's what scares people about self-employment or freelance, because the mindset is, well, how can I always consistently get that flow? The longer you do it, the bigger your roster is, the more consistent it can be. But until then, right? And even then, there's always going to be slow times and busy times in comparison to what you're used to. So the Wheel of Fortune says, if you can be smart with the money that's coming in the busy time, when the slow time comes, you're not stressed about finances. You're not worried because you have all the money that came in the busy time. And now that things are slow, you can actually enjoy it a little bit. You can take a break. You can go treat yourself to something, right? Whether it's a little getaway or a massage or, you know, getting something you've been wanting to get for yourself. So this comes in with the message of cycles, right? If we can be aware of the cycles, if we can operate within the cycles, then we're fine. We're good, right? We don't have to worry about the what if. So I just want to put that out there for anybody who's trying to become their own boss or do something in terms of freelance. That's one of the things that holds people back, right? Like how can I ensure that I'm always going to make, you know, X amount of dollars? And it's, you know, when you work for yourself, it's going to be hit and miss sometimes. Really busy times, really slow times. And so that's how you can get around that and not be so worried or not be so concerned. The next card that's coming up for you guys is the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords, okay, can come up in a couple of different ways. For some of you, you're moving on out of a situation or out of a place where you felt stuck. It doesn't have to be a romantic situation. I know a lot of people tend to turn to tarot readings for love and romance, but I keep love and romance separate on this channel. The love readings I put in the description for anybody that wants to like do more of a love reading, and in the weekly forecast I try to focus on everything other than love, right? But here the Wheel of Fortune is you're wanting to get stuck, you're wanting to move forward, you're wanting to move on. It doesn't have to be a romantic situation. It might be for some of you. It could be a work situation. It could be a living situation. You might have plans to better yourself in your personal life and just kind of go in a new direction in your life. And the Seven of Swords can be coming up for those of you who are in that situation to say, be careful. Be careful and be cautious and do these things quietly, right? Do these things quietly. Don't announce it to the world. Now, there's this whole thing of speaking things into existence. And I feel some of you or somebody out there, Spirit is really emphasizing this. Some of you are like living by this. Like, I'm going to speak this into existence. Now, don't get me wrong. Speaking something into existence works. I'm all for it. I understand what it means, right? But there's a time to speak and there's a time to keep quiet. And for some of you, Spirit is saying it's not going to be good for you to speak something in existence because there are people that are coming up and they're being discouraging, right? Or they are being very passive aggressive towards you, or they're coming in and it's like you're new on your path in this new direction and this optimism and this higher vibration, and they're gonna do what they can to burst your bubble, so to speak, to yank you back down into the old energy, or heaven forbid, they're gonna try to beat you to it. They're gonna try to take your ideas and beat you to it and steal your thunder. And so this is saying, don't announce to the whole world what you're doing. Don't announce to the whole world what you're up to. You can call it into existence in other ways. But speaking it into existence for some of you is complicating the path or making it more discouraging. Those of you who are doing something in terms of business, again, be very careful what you're disclosing to other people, because they may be like trying to find a way to compete with you, or again, to take your ideas and to beat you to it, right? So be careful what you're sharing with others. Seven of Swords also can come up for me sometimes when somebody is coming in with very selfish intentions. They're looking at you as like a meal ticket, or they're looking at you as somebody that they want to pull into bed. Maybe both, maybe all kinds of different reasons, but they're looking at you like you're going to be really beneficial for them. And so they're going to put on this mask to impress you. And so be careful of anybody coming into your, even if it's friendship. I don't only mean love and romance, you know, friendship, family, anybody who suddenly you've known them for a long time and now all of a sudden they're coming into your private messages, or a family member that all of a sudden is taking interest in you. They see that Wheel of Fortune energy around you. They see you about to move forward, and they want to come in just before the progress happens so they can fake it. They can say, oh, but look, Taurus, I was with you way back before all this happened. I'm not like all these fake people that all of a sudden want to be your friend. I was here around you before this. Well, just before it, because they saw it coming and they thought ahead and they're swooping in. So just be cautious of people's intentions, you know, give things time, let enough time go by for true colors to come out, and for people to prove themselves before you go believing them or making big plans. The next card that's coming up here for you guys is the Magician. Now, this could be a Gemini or Virgo energy. So if you have a Gemini or Virgo placements, there could be big changes happening for you in that area of your life. And there can be big manifestations happening for you when the Magician card comes up, Okay, a lot of the times the Magician card will come up, and again, you're seeing 111, 222, 444, 777, any kind of different like repeating numbers, or a number that you're seeing. You might be seeing 8 everywhere or 2 everywhere, right? You might be seeing a number repeatedly. Sometimes it can be signs, like you keep seeing roses, or you keep seeing butterflies, or you keep seeing something that you're like, oh, I keep seeing these lately, right? Spirit is giving you this message of, you're manifesting right now. So make sure you're keeping your focus on what you want, because you're calling things in very quickly. Magician comes in with the message of as above, so below. It's like you're pulling things out of air, out of imagination, and you're zapping them into your reality right physically in front of you. And so Magician can come up when this cycle is being sped up. It's happening very fast, and Spirit's reminding you to stay focused. Okay? Again, a major arcana card. So this is energy that's going to be around for a while. I feel like the remainder of the fall, and think about it, guys, we're already coming into November, right? We get into December, it's already going to be winter in my part of the world. So when I say fall, I mean in my part of the world. We're talking about the next month or so, because I'm saying the remainder of the fall. So the next month or so, I feel is going to be packed full of manifestations. And some of these manifestations you've been working on for a long time, and then you just kind of forgot about it, and you moved on to something else. But things were so backed up and so clogged up and so stuck that they weren't manifesting. Now the wheel is here. You've gotten unstuck. And so there's this whole like backup of things that you were trying to manifest, and it's like they're all appearing at once, and you're like, whoa, where did all this come from? Holy moly, right? A lot of it is like you never thought it was gonna happen, or you had forgotten about it, or you had given up on it. And so I just feel like the next month or so is gonna be full of very positive surprises, Taurus. Very positive surprises. Your next card coming up here, my darlings, is the Star, another major arcana card. Now, when I have major arcana cards coming back to back, it's confirming what I was feeling in the energy. When I have major arcana cards coming back to back, or a bunch of them come into a reading, it's telling me that you're coming into a time of massive changes, a lot of them, in a very short period of time. So I was saying, I kind of feel like the next month is going to be jam-packed full of surprises. These major arcana cards are confirming that for me. Because when we look at these major arcana cards, I mean, how gorgeous is this? How beautiful is this? You have the Wheel of Fortune, things turning in your favor, things moving forward. We have here the Magician, a whole new beginning, magic, right? Being creators of our destiny to a certain extent. And then we have here the Star card, which the Star follows the Tower. So the Star comes with the message that the worst of it is behind you. It's over. The worst that was going to happen is behind you. And now you're coming into a time that you can make long-term plans. You're coming into a time that the plans you make are actually going to stick. And you've found your way out of the darkness, a shining light, and you're a source of hope and inspiration to others. You're creating your future. You're heading towards long-term abundance, comfortable retirement, very happy, very positive energies. So not only do you have big changes happening in a short period of time, when we're looking at these major arcana cards, this is really positive. This is really happy stuff. Okay? So know and understand, Taurus, that it can feel scary to receive so much. Because at some point, you know that the receiving is going to slow down. And there's going to be the slow periods. But again, the Wheel of Fortune reminds you, you're going to have more than enough to carry you through, as long as you're not going around squandering it or wasting it. As long as you're not being wasteful. So I feel this financially, monetarily for a lot of you. And I feel it for you guys in terms of I feel new relationships coming in. And when I say relationships, I'm not going to say that it's not going to be love and romance, because those of you that are working to manifest that, you are. But when I say relationship, I mean more like friendships, soul family, partnerships. And I feel, Taurus, a lot of you, as you're healing and opening up, you're becoming very creative. Like, a lot of you had no idea that you were creative, and all of a sudden it's like bubbling forth and, you know, coming up, and you're having a hard time keeping it in. I feel like a lot of you are calling in people that you're going to be able to collaborate with or work together on creative projects. Many of you are going to discover talents you never even knew that you had, and it's enriching your social life or your interactions. I know some people right now, depending on where you are in the world and depending on what the rules are where you are and how you feel about things, there's many people that you're by yourself right now. You're not interacting with people. But even then, I feel, even like online, like, you know, FaceTiming and like Skyping and Zooming and Facebook Messenger, like, you know, talking to people, collaborating with them. I feel like some of you are even like in that distance, like doing things musically together, which is like really interesting, that you might be documenting and you might be putting online, like, this person's in this part of the world and this person's in that part of the world, and we're getting together and we're jamming together, you know, like, or we're putting together this project. So I feel like regardless of what your situation is in terms of being, you know, isolated or not isolated, your social life is becoming very enriched by these skills and these interests and these talents that you had no idea was inside of you, but they're revealing themselves to you, right? And it's like I'm hearing the Cyndi Lauper True Color song. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show. Um, so I feel like a lot of you are coming to the surface in that way. It's like you feel like you were dead and you didn't know it until all of a sudden you were resurrected, or all of a sudden you came back to life. So it feels like beautiful energy, Taurus. It really does. And I'm happy that you guys have this coming up for you in the future. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than other weeks, or it could just add a little more extra information because of your personal placements, right? It's kind of taking the general readings and making them a little bit more personalized. If you would like a private reading with me, you can schedule at calendly.com/amethystangelite. That is linked in the description. People have been asking me about sending tips or donations, or like a little birthday something. Those of you who've been watching me for a while, you know I'm a Scorpio. You know that my birthday is the 25th. But some people have been contacting me and asking me. You don't have to send anything at all, but anybody that's wanting to send a tip or a donation for the videos, it's my email address through PayPal, which is amethystangelite@gmail.com, and I will have that linked in the description as well. Love videos are linked for October. November love readings will be up soon. Thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you all a wonderful week ahead, my dears. Take care.